Listen to the sound of footsteps in the dark, to voices that may not be quite human, to the sound of screams in the night. The Haunted Cabaret, the home of all things horror, on Rhode with your host, George Garner. The Haunted Cabaret starts now.
All right, that was Genghis Khan, Angel Corpse covering Iron Maiden. And yeah, Tony, how about that rock star ending? I mean, that was, Angel Corpse found their way onto that Iron Maiden tribute album, and they were going to make the most of that moment. We kind of faded it out, but I think that feedback was going to add another 3 minutes to that song. They were determined to be the longest song on the album, even though the track was only supposed to be 3 minutes, up against the 13-minute Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but they weren't discouraged. All right, I'm George Garner. This is the Haunted Cabaret. Across from me, Chuckles the Clown.
Good evening.
Nurse Misery, Tony Jones, completes our little political party here.
Oh, no, this isn't a political show, is it? I came to the wrong one again?
It's only a political show if you consider creatures like, Cthulhu, maybe people like H.P. Lovecraft.
C.M. Eddy?
I know C.M. Eddy.
Yeah, why not? C.M. Eddy.
I'll mention him out of politeness, but
come on, man.
Not in the same breath as H.P. Now you know that from way back, if I was going to have a political party, it would include probably H.P. Lovecraft. It would include Edgar Allan Poe. Probably. You know what? I just raised a good point here. Who, like the ultimate? If I was going to surround myself with a room full of, my favorite horror genre people, who that might be. I might give that a little more thought, and the next episode. I was okay. This is my maybe top 10, or my immortal top 20, something like that. Yeah, let's see what I come up with. One person that's, I don't know. He'll get an honorable mention here on the show, but I don't know how immortal he's going to be. Is this what would we call him? The Uber killer? You see that on the news today?
Oh,
they just
yeah.
arraigned this.
Now, he took fares between killings,
Killings, right.
So he killed a guy, took a couple of customers.
Killed somebody else.
I guess that's the ultimate cover, Now I'm just taking
he
fares
was working
here.
the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, plus he wanted to make it pay. Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to lose a whole shift of work, just to kill people. I don't know. This one's going to be interesting. Usually, some ISIS terrorist does something, you say, okay, kind of one-dimensional, single-minded person. This guy, I'm actually curious, when they start, breaking into his head to find out what makes him tick, as the trial goes on and so on. I'm actually curious about this guy. I mean, yeah, Chuckles. I mean, have you ever had the urge to be both entrepreneurial and sociable and at the same time murder people and, like this?
I plead the fifth,
Hey,
just out of safety.
earning money while destroying the world is pretty good.
I plead the fifth.
Well, on a big scale, yeah, that would be like kind of an arms dealer.
Yeah.
Socializing with the hoi polloi while, selling nuclear weapons to different countries to, destroy large amounts of people. But this is on a personal scale.
Yeah.
I mean, so are we to believe? And the great thing is that all the witnesses to this said that he seemed like a perfectly okay Joe, in their words. There was nothing to tell anybody.
Don't
that,
get in there.
Yeah. It wasn't like, a blood-dripping death car or anything. He was just driving around picking people up. Some people he had a nice conversation with and let them out. Others he just blew their brains out. I mean, I'm just kind of now. Was he schizo? Was he like flashing in and out, or was
Maybe multiple personalities.
or maybe he just I don't know. Look, maybe women above a certain cup size he let live. I don't know, or maybe it was just a simple matter of he had a few minutes of conversation with you. If he liked you, you lived. If you said something stupid,
True.
like
Could have been politically based.
right, like vote for Hillary Clinton, bang, or Republican, whichever his social preference was, whatever his political
Exactly.
preference was.
Could
Yeah,
have been whether you liked the Patriots or somebody else too. Could
Act-
have been
or
like
act-
a sports thing.
I love this.
Actually, go ahead, Chuckles.
I love this. I'm reading his saying he's got a great rating in the driving record for Uber. Although he murdered 4 people, he's got a great rating. Yeah, 4.73 rating. Contradicted
Well, then.
reports that Dalton had been driving erratically in weeks before the shooting.
Okay, so
So-
does this mean that those 4 murders are going to, increase his insurance premiums? I mean,
I don't know, but maybe this is why the insurance company dropped POD's Uber thing afterwards.
They're like, oh no, you have a good rating. You might start killing people.
actually, this might be an early indication of the turmoil that's going to be caused by this Batman versus Superman movie.
True.
I mean, I wonder if this fellow was either a Batman or He looks like a Batman fan to me, to be truthful.
He looks like a ploy that the taxi drivers put in to ruin Uber, so that the taxi drivers don't have to
That could be
compete
it.
with his stuff anymore.
That could be it.
After he shot him, he said, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With
And-
a body bag.
And when,
Very rarely, Tony
With some
Q's in
bleach.
on this.
and when nobody materialized, he said, "Uh-oh."
Now I got to clean up my mess.
Yeah, but maybe it was as simple as that. Who do you like, Batman or Superman? Bang.
Or maybe it's the fact he's from Michigan. I mean, that has a lot to say of it.
He's been drinking the water.
Ooh.
Flint, Michigan, would it be?
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
We'll just play in the water.
Yeah, a white guy amuck in the ruins of Kalamazoo, Michigan. I mean, yeah, that's
He really does have like that middle-aged, average-looking guy look, and
yeah, like this is the guy who'd be sitting in a bar having a beer, watching
yeah,
the game.
like you wouldn't be scared to walk by him. He doesn't look like that creepy pedophile rapist guy that you would be like, oh my god, I can't get in that car.
Right. That sweaty disposition. No, even we're looking at his mugshot.
He kind of looks like someone familiar. I won't say it on air because I
Yeah,
don't want to
don't
hurt
do
feelings, but he does look like someone
With
Yeah.
we all know.
with more hair.
And the scary part
Yeah.
of it is that this one kind of got all the attention because of the Uber connection and the fact that he was doing fares between shootings, but there was actually 6 mass shootings this weekend, but none of the other ones got any media attention.
Because they weren't giving fares in
Right, yeah,
between.
They weren't
Right.
getting paid
Well-
in between.
As just like in in music, when we're when Tony and I are working on a new song, every song needs to be successful is the hook.
Yeah.
This fella here, he's got a hook. So what were the other mass shootings? Just routine, right?
Let's see. In California, the quote is, "It was quiet on the street, and then all of a sudden it was like a battle zone."
Okay,
that
that-
guy killed 3 people, including a 9-year-old boy.
Okay, I'm not impressed though. That's been done. Okay, next.
3 folks were killed in Tampa, Florida. Police don't have a description of the suspect, so that guy's still running around out
Yeah,
there.
plus that could have been an alligator or something. That's Tampa, Florida.
A 37-year-old man in Alabama shot and killed 4 men ages 28, 37, 37, and 45 after a fight broke out in a Mobile, Alabama, you guessed it, bar room.
Okay, but those are probably all white
Right.
guys, right?
4 people were shot and killed in a grocery store in Florida. He came into the store quietly and just started picking people off, so that's a little more.
That's a little
Right.
more
Yeah.
menacing and creepy.
Yeah.
I got to go get some bread, milk,
Nice.
vegetables, and shoot people.
I'll tell you, these days, unless you're planning to kill more than maybe 20 people at a shot, I mean, you need either a racist angle, you need either a terrorist angle. You need something.
Or
I
need a
mean,
publicist.
or a publicist. Yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 people shot dead. I mean, no, that's not even going to get you like the back page of an almost defunct newspaper.
Yeah, you won't hit Facebook with that
No.
news.
Well, you figure that in the 24-hour news cycle, these other ones would be getting a little bit more than just local coverage, but no, nobody cares.
No.
Apparently.
Well, maybe we would. I guess you could add something like. Now, of course, the people sitting around in this room right now, if any of these killers asked us to be their publicist, we could come up with an angle. We could.
There's always an angle. You
Yeah.
just got to work it right.
Yes, I mean, if I put my mind to it, I promise you, and I'm willing to freelance. If any of these killers and psychos, if anybody's sitting in prison right now and you're upset about the lack of attention your murderous rage has, brought you in the media, give me a call. Contact this station
Don't worry about hiring a good lawyer. Get a public defender and hire us instead.
and hire us instead. Spend all that money on us. Yeah, we will have you a celebrity of Trump-like proportions. I guarantee you.
Yeah. People will love you and hate to love you.
Right. By the way, speaking of, now doesn't Trump, I've watched a few of his appearances and stuff and things. Doesn't he exhibit a few psychotic tendencies to you guys, or at least antisocial? He talks about himself in first person these days, which is nothing unusual.
Unless you're the Macho Man Randy Savage, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh yeah. Ooh no. And with the hair and everything, I mean, you know what? This guy would make a good Roman emperor. If you were
Yes.
going to cast a movie about like Emperor Nero or somebody, Donald Trump would make a good Roman emperor. I think that's what he really wants. Is he's running for president of the United States because that's as close as he can get.
To being an emperor.
To being an emperor, exactly. I mean, in Trump Towers, he's already got the golden faucets.
True.
Think about it. I'm saying if this country should collapse and become under martial law tomorrow, I mean, Trump sitting up in Trump Tower among the gold and silver, and that's the closest you're going to get to the Emperor Nero.
You can see him rocking a tunic, too, just to be, like, in the luxury with the pretty women around him.
Exactly. Yeah, just, at the very least, all the women from the Miss America thing that he has under
Exactly.
contract.
That are suing him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what are they suing him for?
Something to do with Telemundo. I haven't been following it that closely.
Well, okay, maybe the Spanish contestants are getting on him about this wall, wall to Mexico thing.
Maybe they're not translating appropriately.
Translating. Oh, you mean the Pope thing? Oh, that was a classic too. I mean, maybe Trump is Antichrist.
As a long-term student of history, has there ever been a person that could get into a beef with the Pope
and come off better off than when he started.
There was a time in civilization where if you got in a beef with the Pope, you woke up dead, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
yeah,
ostracized.
beheaded in a dungeon.